Alright, hello everybody and welcome back to the Summit for China qualifier. It's game 2 of EHOME versus LGD here. And as we load ourselves in, we are going to find LGD with a 1-0 lead after the proceedings of game 1. I am not going to be alone this time. Winter has once again popped up for game 2, as he has for the last couple of days. So I get the pleasure of welcoming him into the broadcast right now. Winter, how you doing?
What's up?
Not
I'm
much.
good.
Good to hear. So, did you manage
Game
to
one
catch
was
game
fun.
1? Yeah? Game 1 was interesting.
Yeah, it was fun.
It was. It definitely was. I thought EHOME had a shot there, but just couldn't quite keep it rolling after getting that one great fight.
Yeah, the SF was too farm though, that game. It was a Radiant Shadowfiend. He got way too big too fast. It was so hard to deal with him, and his item build was also very good that game to deal with the Slaughter.
Yeah, really gave him a hard time. And even though Sylar was kind of lagging behind the entire game, it just never really felt like it mattered all that much. So long as they were fighting around the Shadowfiend, they were just set. He just did so much damage, and I mean, EHOME were even forced into... He was so far ahead that he was getting enormous value out of like the butterfly and all that because they were just really scrambling to pick up MKBs and whatnot.
LGD's turn to
EHOME
pick.
will once again stick to their guns. They pick up that TTY Queen of Pain here, and a pretty similar draft to what we saw in the previous game, though LGD do end up getting rid of the Tusk, and they've already used up a ridiculous amount of their reserve time. I don't know if they were... I don't think they were penalized or anything. It looks like they were just kind of sitting here discussing maybe an alternative opening.
Yeah, the last game the opening was very
10
different. Like
seconds remaining.
the heroes that were banned was slightly different. It was Queen of Pain in exchange for Tusk the last game.
Yeah, and
Um,
Spiritbreaker was the other
they-
one.
Pick.
Yeah, they didn't ban Shadowfiend the last game. They banned SB and Undying was the other two heroes banned last game.
So Doom is the only common factor between the two drafts. I
Yeah,
think.
Doom and Daxia.
Wait, so then
EHOME's turn to
Yeah,
pick.
Doom and Daxia. The last
Yeah,
game,
yeah.
LGD banned Spiritbreaker and Undying, and then EHOME banned Daxia plus the what was the other one? Daxia plus Doom. Yeah.
Yeah, it must have been. Doom did definitely not make it through. I don't think I've seen that
LGD's turn to
hero
ban.
make it through a single time in the last few days of the Summit for China. But this is a little bit different from LGD. They go for the relatively early Gyrocopter. EHOME just going to pick up the
turn to ban.
Undying. And well, the Spiritbreaker is going to be making an
LGD's
appearance, but it's
turn
just
to
in
ban.
the second round of bans here.
Yeah, I actually thought they would actually go for Undying plus Gyro if they wanted the Gyro. So you can actually farm Ancients, and you know your team fight is just much stronger with
10
Undying early. You
seconds
can be much more aggressive. But I mean, the Wyvern is still okay. It's
5
defensive support with
seconds
Gyro.
remaining.
Usually it's either the Dazzle or the Wyvern there to keep the Gyro alive in team fights.
Yeah, and they're at least a little bit less worried about the Undying having the Gyrocopter on their side as well. So that's always
10 seconds
a nice
remaining.
benefit.
Yeah, true. So it's gonna be a lot of roaming for LGD for the mid lane. They want to secure his farm once more. Usually with Bounty we see Wind Ranger or Lina. Lina and Wind Ranger are the two common mid heroes paired with Bounty Hunter.
Yeah, and that's gonna make life a little bit more difficult for EHOME in terms of what they're gonna be running mid. I mean, almost no matter what LGD have, you know that there's gonna be help from the Winter Wyvern and the Bounty Hunter. That's gonna tip that mid lane one way or the other. But EHOME grabbed the Wisp. So is this
Wisp
Tiny
Undying
Wisp
though?
coming up, or
I don't think it's Tiny Wisp or I think what they ran previously in the past was IO plus Undying offlane together to pressure.
Wind Ranger at your service.
I've seen them do that at least one time. I saw that game. I can't remember what tournament was it, but I remember clearly it was IO plus Undying offlane.
so do you think they'll pick up another hero that's going to synergize nicely with the Wisp? Well, that answers that question.
Okay, maybe not this game. Undying seems like he got downgraded to support now.
Yeah, seems like it could be. So wait,
I mean, it could.
is this Bristle Wisp
No, it could.
mid and then Queen of Pain safe lane, or and then Undying +1 off lane or something like that? What do you think they're up to here?
Very hard to say for now. They can
5
do
seconds
anything.
remaining.
They can do IO Undying +1. I mean IO plus Undying off lane, and then they can even do Bristol mid or IO plus Bristol mid, and then like what you mentioned, Undying +1 off lane. There's a lot of options for them. Oh, they ban out the Nyx. Maybe they want something that's really weak versus Nyx.
EHOME's turn to pick.
So who isn't the support here? Winter Wyvern, Bounty Hunter, and Ancient Apparition.
Bounty is the off lane, I
guess
think.
Bounty is the offlane. That's a little bit unusual, actually. He's very much locked, or has been locked into the 4 position recently. And
Alright.
EHOME go for an Enigma. Alright, that's pretty interesting, actually. They got.
Huh. I think I know why. Maybe because they felt like because with the last pick, they felt like the Bounty was off lane for sure, and he can't run into the jungle to disrupt a jungling hero. Maybe that's the plan. That's why they felt like they could get away with the greedy pick.
I wonder if that does mean that the Wisp might just be
It's still
floating
Wisp
between
Undying.
offlane
It's
and
still
mid.
Wisp Undying off lane. Yeah, probably.
And
It's
then
gonna
the
float
Wisp
around.
the Wisp can go help. He can heal the Bristle when he needs it. He can stack Ancients in the meantime as well, so the Bristle can clear it later. I think that seems like a fairly solid strategy. I mean, you were talking about the Undying
10
Gyrocopter
seconds
being
remaining.
the Ancient clearing combo, but it can just as well be the Undying plus the Bristleback.
5
right?
seconds.
I guess
remaining.
Bristleback don't really need the tombstone.
But he doesn't really need the help, yeah, exactly. But interesting draft, actually. Not expecting to see the RTK Bounty Hunter, and we haven't seen an Enigma for quite some time. I'm trying to cast my mind back and think about the last time that I saw an Enigma pickup, but it hasn't been for a while. And I feel like the last Enigma I may have seen may have actually been an off-lane Enigma, but
That was probably by Vichy.
probably. Yeah.
I'm not sure. They do run off lane like Enigma. Sometimes it's very rare.
Yeah. Vici have so many of those like little weird strategies that just pop up every now and again. It's always.
I mean, it's not weird. It's just unusual.
Yeah, that's true. It's just something that they do that other teams don't look too nearly as much. But all right, we've got to pause, but looks like we are ready to go. So this is game 2 for those of you just joining us. We don't have a best of 5 score indicator up the top, but it is LGD currently leading 1-0 in this best out of 5 so far. So
Is it bugged?
Yeah, I think
Is the scoreboard bugged?
I don't know. For whatever reason, they can't do. They can't set best out of 5 at the moment. So we're just
Must be after the patch today.
maybe things breaking all the time. Anyway, so DDC's made his way down, but he's already placed down an observer ward, and that's going to spot this 4-man train making its way into the Radiant jungle here. And I do have an idea that the ward's being placed down, so they're going to be pretty value. And yeah, Ancient Apparition is pinging right on top of it.
Wait,
what's
they swapped heroes. Dude, they swapped heroes.
Okay, so it's the real MMY on Bounty. It's ROTK pretending to be MMY
30 seconds
on the
to
AA.
battle.
And
Man, this is
so
gonna make life
confusing.
hard for that. This is gonna make life hard for Enigma. I think this is like the better rotations of their roles. Because with the roaming BH, position 4 BH, Enigma is gonna have a hard time. He can't deal with a roaming BH early on because you can't win the man fight.
so this is the adjustment from LGD to the last.
The battle
let's
begins.
begin.
Wait, what are they doing with the ancient apparition? Is he going safe lane solo? What?
It's the
Holy shit,
RTK
what's going on?
offlane Ancient Apparition. Winter, haven't you heard of it? This is
Off lane question mark?
I mean,
safe lane.
off lane / solo safe lane / I guess he's still position 3, kind of. Who knows? We'll see what happens this game. This is weird. And looking at all of these, I mean, looking at all of these MMY tags, it makes me think, what's stopping a team just playing on 5 identical Steam accounts with 5 identical Steam names, and you don't reveal who's on which account, so the enemy team can't look at your lineup and be like, oh, it's DDC on Winter Wyvern, so it's definitely a support Winter Wyvern. I don't don't know. That would
I'm
be
not sure if you
that would
have-
be too next level for me. I think.
Yeah, I don't know if you actually have rules for that. I'm not sure, but that would be interesting.
The chilling
bottom
touch.
lane.
Yeah, doing a lot of damage, but the dive comes in anyway. The Undying's really fast. He's gonna keep laying in, and Kaka finds a little spot in the trees. I think he's still gonna die
Oh.
here. They get the attack speed slow, and the salve from 11. DDC can't finish it. You're gonna right-click him down. Oh my word! Double kill for Kaka, and he's gonna heal all the way back up to full. I mean, it was definitely a nerf when Tether got changed to attack speed slow instead of a stun, but still works out pretty well there for
Dude.
EHOME.
That was the solve on Undying.
Yeah, that was the Undying salve. Kaka didn't
Oh my
have
God.
anything in his inventory because he was rushing bottle. I was like, oh, he doesn't have any regen, he can't tango, how's he gonna survive? But Fast Fingers Undying saves the day.
Yeah, I thought he would actually tether to the creep because there was creeps coming in behind to escape. Then he tethered and he tried to fight back.
Not done, 11 just needs to avoid this cold feet.
And this team is so weak against the Undying. They can't do anything.
Nope.
Look at that.
Kaka's looks like he might die. No, he's got bottle sips. 11 gets the tombstone now. He's level 3.
He's dead.
Looks like DDC's also dead. Bottom lane going crazy for EHOME. They will manage to get the kill with the Splinter Blast. But this is a 2-0-2 Undying to start at this game. And
Oh dear, he has arcane
Radiant's
boots.
bottom tower is
He has
under
arcane
attack.
boots soon. This lane is not gonna be fun for them.
Not so winded now.
Okay, this lane is effectively lost. I don't think they can do anything right now. BH needs to go and help the other lanes.
yeah, and the Enigma's even rotated down now. He's already got 2 points up in the demonic conversion. They can push this tower any time that they want. There is no safety under this tower at all if you're LGD now. But
Oh. Really interesting switch ups though. The Rose trying to deal with the Enigma, and then because they actually do that, the AA's lane is so weak. It's the price they have to pay for doing this rotate, the Rose swaps.
they're putting pressure on Lamb at the moment, but looks like they won't be able to kill him. They're just driving him out of their jungle, so kind of indirectly keeping bottom lane a little bit more safe. But this Undying, this has got to be the best Undying start I have
Yeah,
seen.
but what are they keeping? What are they doing with keeping the safe lane safe right now? It's just a AA.
Yeah,
I'm not sure how much this will help them.
just kind of keeping the Enigma away, but he's actually just gonna get back up, and he's right back. All right. I don't know, Winter. DDC's trying to run some pulls, trying to build up some experience for himself, but I guess he just feels like he can't do anything in the other lanes. MMY comes running in mid. Old Chicken's actually pretty low, but Courier's coming back in, and he did just see the bounty with the
dude.
center ward.
They are winning the other two lanes quite handily though, in terms of CS.
Radiant's bottom tower is under
Queen of Pain
attack.
is actually
Crystal-
getting demolished. What is going on here? 18-3
Uh,
versus
BH was
Radiant
top at the start,
structures
right?
are fortified.
I didn't see where the
Radiant's
BH was.
bottom tower
I was
is
too busy
under
watching
attack.
bottom. I think we both were. Old Chicken wanted the room, but he's not going to get it. MMY keeping him back. Alright, so EHOME are going to claim this tier 1 tower. They're going to open up the Radiant jungle a little bit, but it's not even necessarily safe for the
Radiant's
Enigma to farm
bottom
there,
tower
but
has fallen.
can still make a bit of use out of it. So the question now becomes, how do they transition this? How do they take this start on these 3 heroes and start to turn these other lanes around? Because as you were saying, the Wind Ranger and the Gyrocopter are both doing fantastic for themselves so far.
Yeah, but EHOME has a jungling hero.
That's true. DDC, bit of trouble, not gonna get hit by that decay, but still taking quite a bit of damage, and 11 just gonna turn focus over onto RTK. MMY comes running in, they get the Splinter Blast off. I'm gonna summon up some conversions, and 11 on the front lines keeps on right clicking away. MMY looking for this kill on Kaka, but 11 is already picking up the killing spree. Huge range on that power shot, as Maybe comes in and does manage to clean up the wisps. Other lanes now starting to get a little bit more involved in what's happening on bottom, and it's actually going to be a
Radiant's
1-for-1 that
middle
does
tower is
favor
under attack.
LGD end of the day. Can they find this kill in the Undying though? Maybe still down here tanking up some creeps, feeling kind of confident. They've already driven back Lamb, so it's just the Undying versus the world right now, but I think it might still be kind of alright. The Windrun's coming forward. They've only got 1 point in the shackle. Is it going to latch? No. Now the Wisp has rejoined this fight. He's got it just as well. And that's going to put an end to MMY. DDC forced to flee. RTK's down here as well, but looks like maybe he's had enough of this fight, and he's just going to TP back. base, refill his bottle.
Oh my god, they're going in deep for this.
I mean, they saw that the win rate just left a little bit earlier. They do need to be careful though. TP coming in from the bounty. Overcharge, helping to keep 11 alive. Do they have another soul rip? They don't. It's actually lots of points in decay right now. 11 still on the front lines, get Shirk and Toss. They've got more overcharge, but the power shot catches them both. And they're gonna lose the tombstone. EHOME, the one lane that was going well, gets demolished as pretty much all 5 heroes from LGD rotate in there.
Yeah, there was still a lot of rotations though, even though they overextended. But one thing to note, if you look at the Queen of Pain, he actually has 3 points in poison from the laning phase against the Gyro. It's not something we see too often.
Yeah, 2 points is typically the limit of what you'll normally see. So.
You probably only see that on support queens though, but it's even very rare to do that on support Queen of Pains.
Yeah, so do you think, is this gonna hurt him a lot in the next couple of minutes when he starts to try and move around? I mean, he's still getting levels pretty quickly. He's already got level 7, has the Sonic Wave, has the Scream of Pain.
Yeah, but it's gonna slow your farm though, because you wanna have like Scream and Blink max ASAP after your laning phase. I think it's gonna have an effect on his mid game. Unless somehow he gets kills because of 3 points in poison.
Seems a little bit unlikely, but I guess we'll have to keep an eye out for it. Alright, so Shackle mid, not gonna land. Old Chicken's gonna be alright. LMY kind of off to the side as well here.
Yeah, and they just place a sentry to make sure that the Bristol doesn't have a comeback from the Ancients. That's just 1 stack right now. Oh, mid lane. Call down.
Old Chicken just gonna shrug it off. He's just fine.
Oh, everything is really chaotic though. Right now they are settling back into... Like EHOME is going back into their pushing tower momentum with the Enigma. They're gonna try to take as much as possible for map control with the Enigma.
Yeah, they know that the cooldowns on cooldown for a little bit, but Tyler comes and TP's up and just clears things out with the flak cannon anyways.
Dire's middle tower
11.
is under attack.
Getting caught out here, slowed down. They do need to be careful about committing too heavily. Shackle lands, gonna do some good damage with the power shot, and they actually managed to kill him off before he drops a single spell. LGD, good rotation there. Look towards Kaka, but he's just gonna tether himself away. That's really big. To keep killing this Undying at this relatively early stage of the game is really instrumental for EHOME if they want to keep this.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Yeah, and because he went for so many points in decay, his Tombstone max is not gonna come soon. Oh no, Kaka's gonna get caught again. Oh, power shot didn't land though, so he's fine.
Got some bottles being passed around the place. Alright. cdec.y wants to use this first Sonic Wave, wants to get his first kill. Jump in here, out comes the sting. DDC gonna try and retreat over the tree line. I think it's actually going to be alright, so... It's not an extremely costly rotation for cdec.y, there's still some farm to be had down here. Still just going to be sitting on this Sonic Wave for, looks like, maybe the next couple of minutes, potentially.
Oh my god, dude, the Undying actually has 1 skill point in stats? Holy shit, that must be a misclick. Oh, okay, no, maybe not.
You can just hover the agility strength thing. Sylar.
Yeah,
in trouble, they're just gonna TP out. There's no stuns.
But he kept 1 point in reserve just now. Hasn't decided what he wanted.
Yeah, did end up skilling the flush column in the end, but
yeah, I forgot the hedge. Yeah, I forgot he got extra 2 attribute from the headdress.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Well, they don't get that kill, but they do get some more damage on this tower. So Tombstone on cooldown for a little bit, but it's only the level 1 tomb anyway. LMY is still scouting things out at the moment as Lamb tries for the stack on the Ancients, but it's not going to succeed. Meanwhile, just a couple of runes being grabbed. Maybe
well, they have a DD on.
Damage is pretty dangerous.
They still are very insisting in pushing down towers right now. They haven't had the mech, but they're still really strong with the black hole. So they're trying to use this timing to take down all the towers. And then after taking down the towers, they want to go clear their Ancients and get Roshan and complete all their items. Vanguard is coming soon on Old Chicken, so they need to finish that and probably the mech on Enigma.
Is this the kind of game or the kind of strategy where you consider going into a relatively early Crimson after the the Vanguard on the Bristleback. Seems pretty solid against.
Yeah,
the
Crimson
Focus
is super good versus the Gyro and the Windrunner. So I think that he might actually just complete the Crimson.
Ice Blast coming mid. Shackle's gonna land. Nicely played there. They do have the Wisp Tether coming across. A little bit of overcharge help, but it's not enough. Just the 1 point. Kaka unable to heal him through, and especially with that Ice Blast on top of everything. So
Well, he spent all his gold though, so he didn't lose anything. At least he finishes his Vanguard from that.
Vanguard. Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, but their timing window, like I mentioned, is gonna be when the Undying maxes his Tombstone and they have Mag on the Enigma. Then they can just go for either Roshan or just push down towers.
Radiant's bottom tower is under
It's gonna be
attack.
really hard for LGD to contest at that point.
Up, cdec.y goes in big, gets the kill onto ROTK.
Should be
but
dead.
He's just gonna get right click down that double damage from maybe still running and
That was actually not worth it though,
definitely.
because the A
Radiant's
is
top tower
like
is
essentially
under
like a
attack.
support right now. Oh, top lane,
Radiant's
Minter's Curse
top
onto
tower
11.
is falling.
Brought down, Salo dealing with him pretty quickly. MMY in some trouble. It's a 3 here. Black Hole, but
Is under
not
attack.
really gonna do too much aside from kill the bounty hunter. Sylar's still chasing. Just needs another rocket barrage to try and get this kill. Kaka is gonna swoop in from the side with the tether and dealing some pretty good damage with the spirits. He's gonna slow him down with the Splinter Blast, and looks like that is gonna secure the retreat. So Black Hole gets used. They just get the kill on the bounty hunter. Bounty not gonna be too unhappy. Did manage to grab his level 6 in the midst of all of that.
Oh, they're gonna get the Wyvern.
Yeah, no Arctic Bird, no escape. Just gonna get right hooked down by Avalanche.
Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
So right now it's still in EHOME's favor very much because they took down all the tier 1s.
Radiant's top
And
tower
you-
is under attack.
They're gonna have a Mag on the Enigma. So I think with that Mag they probably can just get Roshan. It's very hard to contest. It's not gonna be easy though unless you have the Curse and you land the Ice Blast on everyone and the Call Down.
The mech's actually on the
But they're
other
gonna be... Oh, okay. I thought the Enigma's building a Mag. So Enigma can actually build what, Dagger first right now?
Yeah, I guess Dagger or BKB. BKB's alright, but
Oh,
doesn't seem too
CTY.
crazy. Shackle on the CTY mid. He's gonna get tethered up, however. Kaka helping to keep him alive here. Looks like MMY may actually just end up ticking out. CTY blinks forward, looking for more. Does need to be a little bit careful. That Focus Fire is still running, but looks like the Wisp Heals were more than enough to top him off.
Whoa, they save him big time there with the Soul Rape plus Mag plus the overcharge. Holy shit, they got healed by so much.
He actually just took so much damage. If you look at the damage dealt by LGD in that last fight, like 1.1k from the Wind Ranger alone, but somehow managing to keep the Queen of Pain with all that.
Yeah, so they have a blink. They have the blink on the Enigma right now. So with his next black hole, they can look to maybe get a smoke. It's gonna come off cooldown in 80 seconds in 1 minute.
Well, the Blink already getting some value. He manages to sidestep that smoke gang. So nice little play from Lamb there. Just gonna keep on holding on to this tier 1 tower mid. They don't have CTY. He does have a TP scroll ready to join this fight, but looks like they're just gonna play it patient at least for the time being. RTK is still just farming up bottom lane, and oh, they're gonna come running in. They're looking for this kill, and Sylar is getting bursted. There's just a TP out for the Winter Wyvern. Not willing to stick around. Actually, TPing over towards top is DDC. So, did not need the black hole
Roshan.
to initiate, and looks like they're just gonna head straight to the pit.
Yeah, this is just looking really good for EHOME. Everything is happening very much according to plan for them. All the tier 1s down. They get a free pick off on the gyrocopter and then they proceed to Roshan.
Do you worry about
It's very
them
hard for-
running out of steam at all? I mean, they are pushing into Power Shot, Splinter Blast, Gyrocopter.
Yeah, when they go for high ground or tier 2s, it's definitely gonna be a lot difficult at that point. Because even if you have an Aegis, there's still a potential of you get caught by Winter's Curse, Call Down, Ice Blast. If you get caught in a very big combo, you can still lose the fight even if you're Aegis. But they're actually not going to do the Roshan. They're not going to finish. They are trying to swing around to get another pick off.
DDC gonna get spotted out by this Observer Ward here, but can they actually catch him? There's a blink forward from Lan. Gonna get him with the Malefice here. CTY, Blink still in cooldown for 1 second, but Old Chicken's gonna come running in anyway and drop the Sonic Wave.
Dire's middle tower
I think
is under
CTY just
attack.
wanted to get that kill before help could
Radiant's
arrive.
bottom
But
tower.
LGD
Yeah, his
not
blink was on
seeing-
cooldown. If he had the highest point in blink, then he would have been able to blink and kill it.
Jump in
Oh
for maybe,
no,
but the
Shackle!
Ice Blast is not gonna land nicely, and in comes Lamb with the 4-hero black hole. They are gonna get wiped out. Your Siler does manage to drop the cooldown. They're actually still a little bit healthy, but can they get out? Won't be able to on maybe. It's only RRTK who manages to survive on the furthest edge of the black hole.
Radiant's bottom tower
That blink
has
dagger
fallen.
from Lamb working out enormously there.
Well, he gets his Midas, so he was a lone survivor. But yeah, it's kind of hard for LGD to fight there. I think at this stage of the game, EHOME are really strong with their lineup. They have the mech advantage. They don't have the level 4 tombstone, but they still have the black hole plus. That was only black hole, right? Black hole. They didn't even use Sonic Wave because they used it to kill the Wyvern before that.
They used it to kill the Wyvern. But, I mean, good that the Wyvern wasn't around to potentially curse and cancel the black hole. Lamb wouldn't have tried for it if he didn't feel like it. When you catch all 4 alive heroes,
Fallen to the
pretty
dark.
safe black hole. So, that was huge for EHOME.
He doesn't choose to complete his Crimson Guard. He's going for SMY on the Bristleback.
I mean,
Maybe he feels like because they are taking an advantage right now, he wants to be able to chase and kill heroes. Because Crimson is much more defensive and it's a very good 5-man item, but right now LGD cannot fight, right? So they don't really need the Crimson as much.
we've seen that they have so much survivability between,
Dire's top tower is
especially
under
with this
attack.
build from 11, where he's putting way more points into the Soul Rip and not really getting anything in the Tombstone. The sustain that they've just got from the extremely spammable Soul Rip and the Mega.
He's going back for the Tombstone though. He saved 1 point for such a long time. He was deciding on that point for quite some time.
LGD dodging fights a little bit here, just pushing at the top lane. So that they are they going to be able to retreat safely? Ice Blast coming over towards the rune just in case Kaka tried to go for it. He's going to back himself up. Doesn't get checked.
He's probably gonna go for Ghost Scepter, I think. Ghost Scepter is fairly good versus the Windrunner. I mean, you
IO.
on the Whisk, yeah. In Ghost Scepter or Glimmer Cape would be really nice for him. But I think both is really good for him.
Yeah, he doesn't have all that much mana at the moment. I mean, just the magic stick for a mana pool, so it does make Glimmer Cape a little bit hard to sustain. Do they even have they've got the 1 pair of arcane boots on the Undying. That's about it. Winter's Curse is going to be dropped on cdec.y, and they tether in, but that's just going to mean more damage. They do manage to heal him up, but the Aegis is already getting off. Styler with the call down, doing good work, and 11 will be brought down. That's a lot of their sustain for this fight finished off, and Old Chicken finds himself in the back lines of this fight as well, shackled up. Finished off, 3 die almost instantly for EHOME. They've also lost the Aegis, and LGD are looking for blood. This could be a disastrous fight with more tracks flying out. They're going to throw the shackle over towards cdec.y. It doesn't latch. Lamb's getting ticked down. He tries for the TP out, but a little bit optimistic with the track on him. And that is...
I think he thought he blinked. He thought he got the blink off after he TP'd, but his blink got cancelled by the power shot. That's why he TP'd so awkwardly there. I think he wanted to blink.
Get sniped, power shot, no. Ice blast, no. Alright, he lives.
Oh, but that was very weird though. They were diving so deep and they didn't have their black hole. Black hole wasn't ready yet for that fight. And they got initiated in a very, very bad position. They were so deep with the Winter's Curse onto cdec.y to start the fight.
It feels like cdec.y just wasn't really on the same page as the rest of the team. It looked like
Yeah,
he wanted to
his
go in,
team was so far.
he wanted to go in and get like a solo kill with the Orchid and then die with the Aegis, and then his team came in afterwards. But his team came to try and save him with the Aegis, and then they all died while he was respawning, and then he just had to run. So I don't know. It seems like that they weren't. Yeah, they didn't all necessarily agree on what the plan was there. At least from my perspective.
Yeah, I think he was just a little too far up, like too deep. They just needed to wait for Black Hole to come up cooldown, and then just take the tower. If you look at LGD's lineup, yeah, if you look at their lineup is very good at counter-initiating. If you go in first and they just drop ice blocks and call down on you, it's very hard for you to go into their lineup. So maybe the next time they have to just put the Bristleback in front and he hits the towers and everyone just hits, or maybe the queen can also hit the tower, but just try to stay as far away as possible so you don't get Winter's Curse on 2 heroes or even shackled.
This is a scary couple of minutes for EHOME because their game plan really went off the rails losing that fight. We still have the Aegis, we're gonna take another tier 2, we're gonna start prepping, maybe take some more control over the Radiant jungle. They are still kind of picking themselves up, dusting themselves off, and standing around in the mid lane at the moment, but you do have to be careful in cdec.y. I think realizing that the Wind Ranger and the Bounty might be hunting for him right now. So
he wants to get the Wind Ranger with the relocate. That's why he's waiting there.
Did they see this TP yet? No, they saw the power shot fly in, but they never even saw the Wind Ranger.
Yeah, that was a really good play by Wind Ranger. I don't think he could have even gone for another extra creep. He would have just died if he went for another extra creep there. So he chooses to sell. I think he sold his nulls to just get the Aghanim's. He's like, screw it, I'm not gonna be able to farm anymore. I thought TP's deck, sells his null, and gets the Aghanim's.
LGD, the question is now, what are they gonna do? Looks like they did manage to. There were a couple of dire observer wards in their jungle not too long ago. They managed to deal with them. Shackle attempted mid, but looks like Old Chicken's going to be able to sidestep that. So it does look like EHOME might just be waiting around for his BKBs to start coming up. Lamb is somewhat close, still needs the Mithril Hammer.
Yeah, probably. That is like their power.
Hammer.
That is like their power spike when they have the 3 BKBs on the Queen and the Bristle. They really need all the BKBs so they don't, you sort of negate some of the Winter's Curse effect if you have a lot of BKBs. Because he can only choose to lock down one hero. And he's gonna want to ideally save it for the BKB Enigma. Because that's the only spell that can actually cancel the Black Hole when he has BKB.
I do worry for
So,
him in terms of momentum. LGD.
They have to wait now though. I don't think, because they lost the last fight so badly, they need to regroup, wait for the 3 BKBs. That is their next timing. The 3 BKBs plus, then it's gonna be, when they get those, it's gonna be around Rosh respawning as well. So all those BKBs will come to a very good timing to use. So they should be able to use that those BKBs to secure the Roshan. Unless it spawns very quickly, then they won't have time to finish the 3 BKBs.
Okay, so we are gonna have to keep an eye on the pit and see when Old Rosh
Dire's
pops back
middle
up.
tower is under attack.
The other big problem for EHOME is that the game plan was so
top.
They're gonna jump onto
Oh, he's dead.
Oh, yeah. He's gone. There is some help arriving soon, but I don't think he's gonna be able to survive long enough. Ice Blast comes in. Relocate also arrives. They look at the Winter's Curse over onto Kaka and blow him up pretty quickly, so they at least get some kind of a rebuttal. But Tyler is now in some trouble. He got orchided up, and he's gonna be bursted down with the Sonic Wave. RTK just manages to TP out around the corner. So it's maybe his turn to get caught out this time around. He saw his team but just took it.
That rotation was just way too quick from EHOME. They did not expect it to come so quickly. He was trying to do some extra damage, and then BH was behind trying to scout forces coming in, but they were coming in from the jungle, so the BH didn't actually scouted the smoke. They were expecting EHOME to come in to defend it, but because they came in at a different angle, so maybe got caught there.
Radiant's
Looks like
middle
EHOME
tower
are keen
is
to try
under
and bring down
attack.
this tower. There is a glyph, and the respawns and LGD aren't too far away. They do not have the Winter's Curse, however. That's where Lamb could be pretty scary. He is tracked, so they're keeping tabs on him and staying split up at the moment for the most part. They're going to start backing up now. Shackle does latch into Old Chicken off the siege creep, but looks like he's going to be alright.
Yeah, it's very difficult for them to fight when they don't have the curse on DDC, because then they don't have any way to cancel the BKB Black Hole. Okay, he hasn't actually got his BKB, still in the
It's just
career.
about to be delivered, yeah. It's coming out right now.
Yeah, but right now EHOME is still in a very strong position with the Black Hole plus BKB. They're just waiting for the Roshan to spawn so they can actually use that advantage to immediately get the Aegis. cdec has his BKB now, so they have 3 BKBs very soon. Old Chicken just needs the recipe. probably gonna sell either his bottle or the wand after this, or relocate bottom.
Bottom, Salah trying to TP out. Is it going to be in time? There's still soulburn damage. He's getting ticked out a little bit, but the Shadow Strike is not going to be enough. The lack of stuns coming back to bite EHOME once again there. And I don't think there was anyone else that the Wisp could have brought. I mean, could have brought the Enigma potentially, but
Yeah, and Enigma's the only disable of the team.
yeah. Old Chicken. There are still LGD heroes in the neighborhood here. MMI is scouting it out. Everyone's a little bit split up at the moment. Lamb comes charging in. I think hoping to see a few more heroes as he rounds that corner, but not gonna find anyone. So if you're LGD, do you definitely take this Roshan fight? Their lineup is pretty good around the pit as well, same as EHOME's is.
Oh no, Shackle!
This is really bad. Ice Blast is gonna come in, he's gonna catch both as well. Old Chicken in so much trouble. The overcharge is helping to keep him healthy, but it's not gonna be enough. Lamb runs in with the BKB Black Hole, but it gets immediately cancelled by the Winter's Curse. Sonic Wave is only gonna catch Sylar, and now Lamb is just being right-clicked down. The Tombstone on the high ground is going to give LGD pause, but
Oh
still
no,
running forward,
this is
looking for
bad.
more kills. The Cold Feet coalesces, and 11's gonna be right-clicked down. Triple kill picked up for maybe CTY.
3 track kills.
Himself away.
3 track kills, black hole down. That was as good as a team fight that LGD could ask for. They got everything off perfectly, Shackle on 2, then they got the curse to cancel the black hole. But I don't think it would have mattered much anyway, because they were already losing the team fight. So that even if they don't cancel the black hole, I still think that they would have won the team fight regardless.
I mean, just losing the Bristleback like that right at the very start hurts.
Yeah, he was so
much.
close. He was like what, 900 gold, right? He was around 900, 1k gold. He was so close to his BKB. This is gonna push back their timing significantly. At least for good news, the Roshan has like what, a max, almost close to max respawn time.
10 seconds or 5 seconds for max. So EHOME are gonna have those BKBs. They aren't going to have black hole, but there is.
Yeah, this
also
is
no
like
Winter's
what?
Curse, so.
This is it's gonna be, about EHOME trying to wait out their cooldowns before they try to go for the Roshan, because they lost another fight like that. I mean, this was kind of hard to say whose fault was it. They were trying to back off and they just got caught by the 2-man Shackle. It's quite unfortunate. So they have to regroup, secure the Roshan, and then try to go again after that.
There's always the potential in the Wind Ranger that you're gonna get that double roar to start the team fight effectively. And
Yeah,
it's just
the problem is, the mistake that they made there got magnified so big and so badly because of the track. In other circumstances, that was still, not too bad because Roshan hasn't spawned. But because they have Bounty Hunter, it becomes as bad as losing a team fight than losing the Roshan.
chasing after MMI at the moment. Lamb's got the gem. Dust comes out. Can they cancel this? They will get some vision. They're coming with the Malphus stun. They're going to be able to get this kill. MMI is going to go down fighting, but he'll back up off the Greaves. To get a bit of revenge for that last fight. Still looking pretty good. There's going to be a Shackle on top lane. Ice Blast is coming in as well. They won't be able to save CTY. Kaka tried for the relocate back, but he's still being scouted, and I mean, maybe you can just
good.
wait here for him now.
He's good. No Glimmer Cape, nothing, no dagger.
Did not get the perfectly timed Shackle, but Kaka's just going to get maybe making some really impressive individual plays so far in this game. I mean, one little flub when he kind of got caught out top lane, but I think that was excusable. Again, you kind of talked about the
that was difficult though. That was difficult for him to dodge because they came in at a different angle. He thought he was safe because they have the Bounty Hunter in front, behind the tower scouting, so he thought he was safe. That's why he was so far up there.
Yeah, definitely not going to blame him too much for that one. And otherwise, he's played fantastically. 9-2 and 4, tons of fun.
Carrying his team so hard.
Yeah.
Both the games though, the last game and this game.
Top tower is under attack. Dire's structures are
They're
fortified.
going to try and catch him out here. Going to wind run a little bit further back. DDC at the ready with a curse and a glimmer cape and a bunch of things to save, but there is a gem over on
Nope,
Lamb as well as
stuns!
Shackles up Lamb to prevent the stuns, but will not be able to get the TP out. DDC trying to make his escape. Can they find him in the trees? Arctic Burn is going to end up fading and drops him down, but not quite fast enough for Lamb to be able to hit him.
Are they gonna proceed to Roshan with the Wind Ranger down 40 seconds? Oh no, that was so crucial. MMY took that rune.
Yeah, that could have been pretty big. I think it's still going to be pretty quick with 4 points up in the goo, but looks like instead they're going to try and press forward and potentially.
Oh, jump! They need a jump!
At the jump, they're going to spot MMY. Stick it around a little bit too long, and he'll be brought down as well. Okay, that definitely has to be right.
Yeah, they got enough pickoffs. I think they were maybe a little bit uncomfortable previously trying to get the rush because Wind Ranger was going to respawn. But right now they're definitely going to be very much secured in getting this Roshan.
Here's the Eggs Ice Blast, but it's only going to tickle a little bit, and they're going to clean this up pretty quickly. So LGD just will fall back, pushing at lanes as hard as they possibly can. Tyler's actually got an Eagle Song picked up, so he's managed to stay close to the top of the net worth at the moment. Picked up a Dominator. I didn't really catch if he picked up that many stacks off of it, but the range creep is over by the Ancient. Kind of judging by his score and his overall farm, looks like he maybe did grab a bit that way. So this is going to be a butterfly and should be pretty.
Yeah, but then again, it's not gonna be those type of game where it's gonna be easy for Gyro to carry because they have Enigma. His BKB is not so, I mean he can't use he can't get a BKB this game, so he just needs to get a lot of stats and a lot of damage. And hopefully they rely on the Wind Ranger to do a very nice two-man shackle to win the next fight.
Is hiding in some trees at the moment, has some vision from this Dire Observer ward, so kind of knows what's up, but doesn't have too many heroes in the neighborhood. Kaka's actually very close by, he's going to get shackled, manages to get the Ghost Scepter off, but might still be dead here anyway, has the tether, but nobody to tether to. It's just going to be the death of the Wisps. MMY skeptic. Our EHOME hero is heading into position though.
Oh my god, they are running
also
in.
Smoke, they're running straight towards them. cdec.y is going to lead this up. Wants to try and keep them here. Maybe gets the blink away, however. EHOME starting to disengage. Lambkin's running forward. Drops down the Midnight Pulse, is looking for more. They really want this kill. Onto the Wind Ranger, they can get it. Shackle is not going to land onto Lamb. There was a Glimmer Cape anyway, coming from 11. Gonna try and get maybe out of here with the Glimmer, but I don't think it's going to be enough. And he gets Sonic Wave. All Chicken looking to catch more with the BKB. DDC buys a few seconds with the Cold Embrace, but that still means that Sylar and MMY have to run. And it's just going to be one more kill here for cdec.y picks up the doubles.
Well, they managed to save hold on onto the black hole, so they still have the black hole and Aegis for this fight. Maybe they're gonna try and force a buyback. At least before they actually just back off.
Unfortunately, just a little bit low on mana on the Undying, so he can't start throwing out Soul Rips and topping everybody off. But Wisp is gonna be there soon. He's got some bottle sips, and he might be able to get everybody back into fighting shape.
It was just a bit too risky there. Didn't realize that Undying was so low on mana. It's still a win for them. They didn't use the black hole. And for the next fight, they still have the Aegis, so they just need to wait for Sonic Wave to come off cooldown, and then they'll be able to take a fight shortly after that.
Still have not
No, he's close to his AC as well, so that could be the next timing. Sonic Wave coming back off cooldown, and they have the AC on the Queen, because the Enigma is going for Shivas as well.
It's interesting, the item progression on... It feels like EHOME are just picking up more items, but if you look at the graph, the net worth is actually staying relatively stable. I guess the LGD supports are a little
because of the
ahead.
track.
Yeah, in a big way because of the track. RTK is almost level 15 in fact, so that level 16 Ice Blast is going to be coming up pretty quickly. So just
but the longer the game goes though, the Enigma is going to get very much stronger. They have to use the curse every time to just cancel the black hole. They have to reserve it for the Enigma. And that's going to allow the Queen and the Bristol to play very aggressive. I think ideally what you want to do if you're EHOME, you want to send the Bristol up or the Queen of Pain, you try to bait them in using the curse on that hero, and then the Enigma comes in to sweep the team fight with the black hole after that. I think ideally that's what you want to happen if you're EHOME. And LGD needs to be very very patient with the curse. You need to save it just for the BKB black hole. And nothing else.
I even expect to see cdec.y just kind of blinking in like a madman, because if he can, like you said, if he can get the reactionary Winter's Curse onto him, then Lamb is just going to close the door on the whole team fight. And he's got Aegis as well, so it's pretty straightforward for cdec.y to get the first one in the
It's
fight.
running out. It's running out though, so they won't have it for the next fight.
30 seconds.
So after the Shivas, oh actually no.
It's
Dude,
double
okay.
Shivas and Bristle's going for
Is he going double? Okay. Well, that's kind of strange though. If
Yeah,
the queen is already going for it's the queen. If the queen is already going Shiva, so either you go for maybe a Lotus Orb or you go for Lincoln's on Enigma. I think it's really good this game for him. Lincoln's is probably one of the better items for Enigma this game, just because when he's BKB Lincoln's, yeah, you're 100% safe with. Maybe not, because the track can still break the Lincolns, but it takes a lot of effort, you know, when you go in like that with the BKB and Lincolns. They need to coordinate it so well.
LGD actually trying for the jump outside of the base here, hoping that EHOME are not going to be expecting this. They've kept close tabs on the Aegis timing, so they know that the Aegis is down. RTK waiting around the corner here, still no level 16 just yet. Lamb blinked over the top of it. They're actually going to spot out RTK, needs to try and drop some damage before he dies. They have a Glimmer Cape or anything to get him out. He does get a bit further away, but Old Chicken comes in. There's also a Cold Embrace, but they really need a Force Staff or something to get him further away from the Tombstone. RTK is going to go down without really accomplishing anything. Maybe got caught over in the tree lines, spotted out, and he's going to be brought down as cdec.y lays into him with the Orchid. Now Sylar is being caught, unable to escape, tries to flutter with the Butterfly, but still just way too gooed up, and that is going to be an easy 3-0 for EHOME. LGD were trying to get the jump before they got to the tier 2, but EHOME was back first. And this is going to be really big. No buyback on the Wind Ranger, no glyph available.
Radiant's top tower is
You know,
under attack.
This is Rax.
Interacts here. DDC also going to get jumped. He's in some trouble. Clobbered down this gem.
Might even be GG.
Yeah,
This might even be two sides of Rex and could be GG.
And even if they buy back, they're just going to get black hole.
Radiant's top tower.
They're still sitting on that for Lamb.
Radiant's
Well,
top
that pickoff
barracks
was
are
way
under
too
attack.
bad for them.
Radiant's top barracks has fallen.
I think it's very hard for them to come back. Even if they don't lose the game from this, like they don't get Mega, it's still gonna be very hard for them to come back from
Radiant's
this.
middle tower has fallen.
They are probably gonna get Mega.
I mean, they aren't even buying
Yeah,
back
yeah.
on the Gyrocopter.
Has
I
fallen.
think Sylar is...
Radiant's middle barracks are under attack.
It doesn't matter if he buys back, right? Like you mentioned, they can just black hole him and he's dead again.
Radiant's bottom tower.
Like he even choose he bought items. He bought his items.
Picks up the Javelin. EHOME still
Radiant's
sticking
middle
around.
barracks are
One
under
last
attack.
range barracks before Mega's...
Has fallen.
Maybe he's going to jump forward. Looks for the shackle, but in a little bit of trouble. Going to running back a bit further. RTK once again finds himself on the front lines. He's in some trouble. Calldown's going to get dropped. How well can Sylar actually fight this? Lamb still chilling back. He sees that the Winter's Curse being used, and that should be his opening to jump in here with the black hole. It only catches onto one, but maybe he's the only person that they need. He's not even going to see if he dies here. He just calls the GG as soon as that black hole comes in. And EHOME are going to end up taking game 2 here. This best of 5 lower bracket.
So that was exactly what happened. The Bristleback ran up. He forced the curse on him and then Enigma came in for black hole. Very well executed, but they already won the game anyways.
I mean, that was
That fight, I
that was
thought-
a risky move from LGD. It just didn't...
Yeah, I thought they were trying to at least maybe defend at high ground, but they were trying to take a fight outside, which was very, very hard for them to take. Because they needed to rely on the Wind Ranger to actually get an initiation. It's not going to be that easy. Because you can't really initiate with the Wyvern, because you have to save his ulti for the black hole.
Yeah, I get
So
the
they
feeling
are
that
more
they
lim-
were... Yeah, I get the feeling that they were trying to have the AA give a little bit of vision, and then Wind Ranger finds a 2-hero shackle to start the fight, and then they run in with everybody else, but it was just... couldn't find it.
Yeah, I think it was just their plan didn't work, because they realized that probably if they wait to defend high ground, the team fight is going to be very difficult. So the other method that they wanted to do is to surprise the enemy. You take a team fight when the enemy doesn't expect you to take the team fight, so they are not as ready as they could. So they were trying to surprise them, but unfortunately positioning wasn't very good for the A, and he got caught. He can't really do much after that. He dropped Ice Blast on one hero, and that was his only contribution in that fight.
So that last pick, Enigma from EHOME, ends up working out really well. I mean, even not just in the game, but also the fact that they they kind of messed with LGD's game plan in a big way with that last pick Enigma. I mean, they shuffled their roles, they shuffled what they were doing, and it just, you know, they got a lot done, but just seemed a little bit off kilter the entire game.
You know, if they had another hero to shuffle around, maybe if they had a support task, I know it was banned, but I'm just trying to give an example, and they switched the BH to support and the task to the position tree might have been a lot better for them instead of an ancient apparition. Because the hero just feels like in the laning phase at the start against the Undying and the Wisp, there was just nothing that he could have done. When they dive him, he's gonna die. When they dive him, he's gonna die. And he even had the Wyvern next to him, but the Wyvern can't do anything to that lane. So the laning phase was just a very disastrous laning phase for them. They adjusted the bounty to a roaming position, but then the Enigma just like, he jungled a little, he ran to the opponent's jungle, and he started to push towers so the BH can't, you know, distract and steal experience from the Enigma. So EHOME also adjusted after LGD adjusted. So it was just both teams trying to outsmart each other with their picks and strategy.
Well,
very good game.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to seeing what Game 3 has for us. I think the lobby's probably already up, so we're going to jump straight into that one, guys, and we'll hopefully see you soon for the next match.